Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammadinil Fasih bin Faroq. Today, my persuasive speech will be why minimum wage should remain the same. Imagine we are an adult and looking for a job in the current situation. The cost of living is rising and we hope for a decent wage to support ourselves and our family. Now, imagine that the minimum wage is increased. Sounds promising, right? But if I told you that this change could actually make it harder for you to find a job? Today, I would like to persuade you to not support the increase in minimum wage. There are many reasons actually, but I will focus in two main points: wage price spiral or inflation, and effect on job and unemployment rate. Many of you are very skeptical about the minimum wage because you believe the higher is it, the better. Well, let's learn something new about wage price spiral. According to Bank Negara Malaysia, wage price spiral is a cycle that occurs when the minimum wage is increased. This microeconomic phenomenon happens when the rise in minimum wage leads business to increase the price of goods and services. In simple terms, this pushes the country economy to experience higher inflation. But why? Imagine this scenario. You are the new employee of a supermarket and you often buy your essential item at your workplace. One day, you heard the government decided to increase the minimum wage. And you think, great, I will finally get a raise. But what you don't realize is your employer is facing higher labor costs, intend to increase the price higher than before. This cost will pass on to the customer. Who are the customer? It is yourself. Now, the day after the minimum wage is implemented, you will notice that the price of goods is higher than before. You are back to where you started, struggling to make ends. This lecture is inflation. In the end, you will find yourself asking for another raise, and this cycle continues without the end. This is what is actually happened in Turkey. The graph I'm showing you illustrates the rise in inflation after the Turkish government decided to increase the minimum wage in their country. This is data collected from the inflation.eu. Now, I am done with my first point. Another reason why we should not accept the rise in minimum wage is younger employees will find it hard to find a new job. According to ISA World of Labor, increase in minimum wage can put significantly harm into younger workers. This is because companies faced with higher labor costs often choose to hire more experienced workers, leaving those new to market at a disadvantage. For example, a 2011 study on the European Union showed that 10% increase in minimum wage reduced young unemployment rate by as much as 7.4 to 0.5%. This is an alarming trend, especially for young people like us who are just entering the workforce. Think about it. You are fresh out of school, eager to find a new job, and suddenly the bar is made so high that it becomes nearly impossible to get hired. Why? Because companies now forced to pay high wage for workers who have experience and education. This is devastating for the next generation of workers. Without opportunities to gain that critical first job experience, we are left stuck, unable to build our careers. All I can say is, high in minimum wage might sound helpful at first glance, but for many young people, it will make them harder to find a job. Now, I have done for the young employment rate. Let's recap back my speech today. So I hope I have convinced you all that raising the minimum wage is not the solution we need. As I have explained, increase in minimum wage could trigger a wage price spiral where higher wage leads to higher price and decline in young unemployment rate that we saw at the European Union. We must take a stand and use our voice to push for smarter solutions. In conclusion, this time for us to speak, to tell our leaders that we want better solutions and make sure our voice are heard. That's all from me. Thank you.